This is the table runner I'm making out of a 30cm piece of pre-stenciled hemp leaf design. It comes in navy, off-white and light blue. What's marvellous about these pre-stencil fabrics is that all the markings wash off. For this table runner I used 3 different blues, number 9, number 10 and 103. Now I'm going to show you how to make a plait that stops your threads from getting tangled. First, open up the skein, and where the thread is wrapped around the skein, you're going to cut all the way through. Keep the plait loose, not too tight. And all you need to do is then pull out one thread out of the top of the plait. Start with a 30cm piece of hemp leaf design. For step 1, you follow all the straight lines that run through the length of the table runner. Step 2, zigzag along the length of the table runner, and step 3, you zigzag back. And repeat this for each row. Step 4, you'll start at the edge and you'll take stitch across, underneath, stitch across, carry underneath, stitch across, carry underneath and finish on the edge. Start by tying a little knot and then stitch across, carry underneath, stitch across, carry underneath, stitch and then finish by tying a little knot. These knots are necessary to secure the threads that are not caught in the seam allowance. I used the navy blue thread except for the diagonal lines, and the diagonal lines I used the 2 different light blues, number 10 and number 9. I also use a leather thimble which sits on the middle finger. Because I use this thimble I have to use the longer Sashiko needle. I choose to use Olympus needles and also tulip needles. Take the end of the thread and put it over the eye of the needle, pull hard, give a tug and pop it through the eye of the needle. At the other end I just tie a little knot. Nice and tight with a little tail. The Sashiko needle sits on the thimble in one of the little dimples. Now start the stitching from the back of the fabric and you feed the fabric onto the needle. Simply cover up the marks that are already printed onto the fabric. I'm doing this quite slowly so you can see the technique. And then push the needle through. Drop the needle once it's through the cloth. Then hold on to the knot at the back and ease out the stitches along the cloth. To end off, just tie a simple little knot at the back and make sure it's just shy of the fabric. Now all the stitches are finished. To remove all the markings from the stencil fabric, simply wash it in warm, soapy water. Leave it to soak, then rinse with fresh water. To dry the cloth, either wrap in a towel and iron or simply lie it out in the sun on the grass. When ironing the cloth, remember to place the work face down onto a towel and then ease out from side to side while ironing. When it's dry and pressed, trim it back using a rotary cutter, quilter's ruler and cutting board. What I like about these pre-stencil fabrics is that you don't have to actually stitch all the markings. You can leave some out so that when you wash the cloth, you'll get a different design. I backed and bordered the supper cloth with tamugi fabric. The samplers come in lots of different colours and come in little packets like this. This is a new book from Olympus Thread, and there are lots of ideas for sashiko cloths. This is a one-stitch sashiko design, new from Olympus Thread, and so I'm stitching it in one direction, and then I'm now started doing it in the opposite direction, and it'll end up looking like this cloth. And this actually comes in a kit from Olympus Thread. Using some of the designs from the book, I've started to make some placemats. I hope you enjoy sashiko as much as I do, and I hope this has been inspirational. Until next time.